Hi guys, today I'll be comparing two of the cheapest direct drive wheelbases, so the Moza R3 against its closest competitor, the PXN V10 Ultra. So I'll be showing you what you get inside the bundles, showing you around the wheelbases, wheels and pedals, testing them out against each other, highlighting any pros and cons to give you a better idea in helping you decide which one to go for. Details for all the items I'll be showing today are in the description below, including purchasing links. But before I begin, if you're new to the channel, hope you can support me by subscribing and hitting the bell icon to get notified of my next release. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comment section below. Let's begin by taking a look at what you get inside the packaging. The Moza R3 actually comes in two different bundle offerings. The first is for PC only, which comes in at just under $300, and the second is PC and Xbox compatible, where the Xbox compatibility comes from an encryption chip in the wheel, and this costs just under $359. The only difference between the two bundles is that they have a slightly different wheel. So the PC bundle comes with the ES wheel and the PC and Xbox bundle comes with the ESX wheel, with the main difference being that the ESX wheel has an Xbox button on there and everything else is identical. For this comparison, I'll be using the PC and Xbox bundle as it's the closest to the PXN V10 Ultra. Taking a look at the Moza R3 bundle, it comes with the ESX wheel, mounting clamps, the SRP light pedals and the R3 wheelbase. The PXN V10 Ultra is compatible on a PC, Xbox and PS4, but not on a PS5. It comes with the V10 Ultra racing wheel, two mounting clamps, the V10 Ultra wheelbase, and finally the PD HM pedals. The bundle is priced at $260, so considerably cheaper than the Moza R3. Let's start by taking a look at the wheelbases. Both are direct drive wheelbases, but clearly you can see the difference straight away, with the Moza R3 being smaller in size than the PXN V10 Ultra. The Moza R3 comes in a dark grey matte finish made from an aluminium alloy with strong black plastic at the back, and this is where the connection ports are located. It has Moza Racing written on the sides and Moza written at the top near the quick release system. At the front it features an X shape with a round circular design on the sides, and on the top, which is slightly different from their previous wheelbase designs, it has mounting holes at the bottom for ease of mounting to a sim cockpit. This wheelbase is nice and compact and provides a peak torque of 3.9 Newton meters, with it incorporating their intelligent temperature control system, so you have no fans on the wheelbase, keeping it very quiet. It has a 15-bit encoder for an accurate and realistic steering feel, helped by Moza's next-gen 4.0 force feedback algorithm that's available through their Pithouse software. The maximum wheel rotation on the wheelbase is limitless, and it has their excellent quick release system. Over to the PXN V10 Ultra wheelbase, it's direct drive wheelbase providing 3.2 Newton meters of torque, with the motor having a 15-bit resolution. The casing is made from plastic and it has a metal plate underneath and comes in a matte black finish with a red stripe across the top. On the front you have a quick release system made of plastic. It measures 220 millimeters in length from the quick release point to the back of the wheelbase, and on the back you have your connection ports. You're even able to adjust the angle of the wheelbase by removing the screws at the side and adjusting the angle and then reattaching the screws. Connecting up the wheel is simple, just line up the little plastic nib at the top and screw in the racing wheel to keep it secure. Onto the racing wheels, and the Moza R3 comes with the ESX racing wheel, which has a shallow D-shaped racing inspired design with the bottom flattened for increased driver leg clearance, with a smooth durable ISP PU cover all the way round, which feels pretty good. In the middle you have an aluminium alloy frame which consists of 22 configurable keys, including the Xbox button and an RGB sequential shift light indicator at the top, which supports 10 LEDs. The wheel is 280 millimeters in diameter with a white center line at the top, and on the back you have Moza's excellent quick release mechanism with a black collar and Moza written across it. To the sides you have aluminium paddle shifters which are coated in black, with them having a nice ergonomic feel with a clicky sound to them. Have a listen to this. Over to the V10 Ultra racing wheel, which looks small in size and measures 270 millimeters across, It's quite light and is covered with a stitched PU leather material with red stitching around the spokes and stitched together on the inner part of the rim. The rim has a D-shaped design with a red center marker at the top. In the middle, you have a metal frame with 17 programmable buttons with the PXN logo in the middle. On the back, you have the PXN quick release system with the paddle shifters made from aluminium alloy, and they consist of 2 paddle shifters and 2 clutch paddles underneath. The paddle shifters have a clicky sound to them when pressing down, whereas the clutch paddles underneath don't have any sound. Onto the pedals, and both Moza's SRP light pedals and the PXN PDHM pedals consist of an accelerator and a brake pedal. They can be easily adjusted and brought together depending on where you want them. Both Moza and PXN offer a clutch pedal kit which comes at an additional cost. Moza's SRP light pedals are made from high strength steel and finished in matte black with anti-slip rubber pads to stop it slipping on a surface. They both have high precision hall sensors, which essentially are spring loaded, which work off the distance travelled. So for the brake pedal, it's not like the brake in a real car, which is what a load cell kit would give you that works off the pressure you put on it. And worth noting that there's no load cell kit upgrade, but instead Moza does have a performance kit which consists of a spring and damping block combination which gives more resistance to the brake pedal, providing a progressive and realistic feel to it, which actually does work pretty well. Moving on to the PXN PDHM pedals, they're made from carbon steel with the accelerator having a larger faceplate on it. Both the faceplates can be adjusted up and down, and you can even change the angle of the pedal to give it more of an incline. Underneath the pedals you have rubber grips to stop it from slipping on a smooth surface. In terms of the feel, when you push down on the pedals, they feel very similar, with them both being spring loaded just like Moza's, again, which is not so great for the brake pedal, hence why they've provided a spring and damper to improve the experience, providing a 10 kilogram damping force. You can attach it to the brake pedal by clipping it into place and then squeezing down to get the top part locking into place, and this feels much better, providing some resistance just like a real brake. Both pedals work off a hall sensor, so the distance travelled as you press down, but on the negative side, they don't currently offer a load cell kit for the brake, but there's an optional clutch pedal available to buy. Straight out of the box without any upgrades, I'd say the PXN PDHM pedals gives the best value for money, as PXN provides the spring and damper by default, whereas with Moza you have to purchase it separately. Functionality wise, both the wheels are compatible on a PC and on an Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, but in addition the PXN V10 Ultra supports the PS4, but neither of them provides PS5 compatibility, which is a bit of a shame. The V10 Ultra provides console support in quite a strange way, to be honest, where you have to connect the wheelbase to your console and you have to plug in your controller to the wheelbase, which I did find a little bit strange for it all to work, but nevertheless it did work pretty well. For the Moza R3, there's no native PlayStation support, but you could get the Brook Resolution 2, which is an adapter that allows you to use the PlayStation 5, but the racing experience is very inconsistent between games, so personally I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest. Both Moza and PXN have their own software to customize settings. Moza's is called the Moza Pit House, which you can download from their website and use on a PC, giving you the ability to customize your settings on each of the individual devices you have connected. You also have a mobile app on both Android and iOS, allowing you to connect to the wheelbase via Bluetooth, giving you the same amount of customization, which is really impressive and so convenient. Onto the PXN software, it's called the PXN simracing, and you can get it from their website to use on your PC and to make adjustments to the wheel and wheelbase. The software has quite an intuitive feel to it, where you can change the force feedback on the wheelbase and remap the controls on your wheel. Plus you have a game launcher with a number of games, and you launch your games from here. So similar to Moza's Pit House software. There's also a mobile app available on both Android and iOS that lets you connect to the wheelbase to make changes on the fly. Software wise, I'd say they're both very similar, but Moza has the edge, with them providing even more granular level customization within their Pit House software. Expandability and ecosystem wise, Moza has quite an extensive range with many upgrade options like 2 wheel mods where you can swap the wheel rim for a formula or round wheel. You can also purchase a selection of different wheels, but there's no additional Xbox wheels. You also have a selection of pedals and other accessories like a handbrake and shifter, whereas with the PXN V10 Ultra it's quite limited as there's no other wheels, but there is a mod where you can swap the rim for an F1 rim, plus they have a shifter and handbrake, but no load cell upgrade or any pedals with a load cell kit. So if you're looking for a brand with a decent expandable ecosystem, Moza wins here. Now on to testing out both these wheels. First up, we'll be testing out the Moza R3, and the wheelbase is quiet. Even after playing for a couple of hours, it really doesn't feel warm and there's no loss of performance. The racing experience feels really smooth, refined, and gives a good amount of detail from bumps, curbs, and the track itself, on par with Moza's other wheelbase offerings. The torque levels feel good, offering a peak torque of 3.9 Newton meters, plus you can feel the force feedback accurately from the track when you're going around corners, hitting the curb, or even driving on different surfaces. Flex wise, from the wheel, there's nothing, as the quick release mechanism did a good job in keeping things very stable. Over to the PXN, which is very similar, with it being quiet and doesn't feel hot even after playing on it after a few hours. The force feedback is slightly lighter on here, as it has slightly less torque than the R3 at 3.2 Newton meters. The V10 Ultra generally performed well, giving a good amount of feedback from any knocks or bumps, and when you're going around corners. The wheelbase isn't bad at all and does feel good with it being responsive when driving, but the wheel does feel a little bit on the small size, and personally I would have preferred it to be slightly bigger. There isn't much flex from the wheel, and the locking mechanism generally kept it firmly in place. The buttons are all in easy reach and paddle shifters work as expected with a clicky sound, but it does have a cheap feel to it, which is no surprise as this is for the entry level market, whereas the Moza felt like it had a better build quality with more of a weighty wheel. But to be honest, in terms of racing experience, they actually both feel similar in performance, with the Moza R3 feeling slightly more refined. The real difference is on the pedals. PXN's ones feel great, they have a solid feel to them, no sideways play, the accelerator is nice and smooth with the brake having a spring and damper, providing a more realistic progressive feeling when braking. Moza's pedals feel good underfoot and also don't have any flex on them. The accelerator feels smooth and retracts back well, but the brake pedal doesn't feel realistic as it has a smooth motion like the accelerator. But Moza does sell an optional performance kit which has a spring and damper that helps to improve the experience, and I'd say it's definitely worth getting it if you choose the R3 bundle. But personally, I feel Moza should have given this for free, just like what PXN have done with theirs. So in summary, both the Moza R3 and the PXN V10 Ultra are excellent budget level racing wheels that are perfect if you're on a limited budget, giving similar force feedback performance, and in all honesty, you won't be disappointed in which wheel you decide to go for. PXN provides a wider level of support, with it covering PC, Xbox and PS4, whereas Moza is PC and Xbox only. PXN has a limited ecosystem, whereas Moza's one is considerably larger, providing more options with a better build quality. Force feedback torque levels felt very similar, with just a marginal difference between the two. It's actually perfect for young kids, or if you wanted to try sim racing but were on a limited budget. If I had to choose one at this moment in time, I'd probably go for the Moza R3, as it has a better build quality, more refined racing experience and larger ecosystem. But if I could only choose one bundle without any additional accessories, so if I was on a really tight budget, I'd choose the PXN V10 Ultra, as that spring and damper on the brake pedal makes a massive difference to the whole experience, plus it has PS4 support. So there you have it, you've come to the end of another video, and I hope it's helped anyone deciding between these two wheels. Details for all the items I've mentioned today are in the description below, including purchasing links. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. For those of you who've got to the end of this video, please leave a comment with cheap DD, as it's awesome to see who's got to the end of my video, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Follow me on all my socials, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications to be notified of my next release. Thanks for viewing, and see you in the next one.